I remember when the Black Widow first showed her beautiful, amazing face, and it was terrifying. It was crazy. We saw her in the trailer, and we were so excited for her. Didn't know if she was going to be a boss, if she was just going to be in the yard. We thought, is she going to be in the hedge? She looks like she's in the hedge, but that was just for the trailer. Then come to find out that she's in the undershed, or at least we thought there was only one. A lot of people only thought there was one, and then turned to find out as we explored the backyard even more, there turned out to be like four of them, and you're like, holy crap! They're everywhere. And some are in trap locations. And then you go to fight her and you're like, oh, why? What did y'all do? Why would y'all have done this? This is a mini boss. Like, this should be a boss in the game. This is insane. She's so difficult. She's harder than some of the other bosses in the game. Definitely harder than the Brood Mother. This is insane. It was crazy. Crazy. She hit hard. Venom hit hard. Your health went down so fast. If you didn't perfect parry everything, it was brutal. And I do mean brutal. Trust me, nothing could combat her at the time other than you just being good at blocking, you know? Or if you had like a crew. But if you were by yourself, it's just all out war. Well, all of that might have just changed. What's up, gamers? My name is Epic Pins, and in today's Grounded video, we are going to talk about how they might have completely just nerfed the Black Widow. All right, with the new Make It and Break It update that came out not too long ago, they've made some pretty substantial changes to Grounded with overhauling the combat, with doing a complete change to how the difficulties work, with how bugs respond to things, different mutations, everything like that. Weapons now react differently to certain things. There's new animations. A lot has changed when it came to how this game progressed and how you played this game. One of the big changes that kind of went a little under the rug was the Black Widow. The Black Widow changed quite a bit. You guys might have seen in some videos where you'll see the Black Widow eat her young. That's new. That's not a glitch. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the features. So Black Widow's changes, let's just go down the list. So she is now resistant, and this is going to be it's very specific. So she's resistant to spicy, mint, and salty. She is weak to sour. She is weak to sour now. She's never had a weakness before. She's neutral to all of the damage types. So now we have a neutral damage type. So before, she was resistant to everything, and she was rather difficult. So she is also no longer immune to poison damage. So now you can stack poison damage onto her as well. So she only is immune to venom herself. She is not immune to poison damage. And she now has 2 more attacks within her arsenal. She will shoot a ranged web attack at you, much like you have with the Orb Weavers, except this one will spawn a Black Widowling spider. She also can consume living Black Widow spiders to heal and temporarily increase her attack speed. That's fun. So you also see her eat her young. That's because she heals off of those young, and it increases her attack speed. Because she needed that increase, I guess. But even with those changes, making her weak to something and also making her neutral to all damage types and not immune to poison anymore, I mean, did they go too far? Did they change too much? Like, these are all questions that need to be answered. Like, you had a creature in the game that felt like she should have been a boss. And the truth is, she's probably where she should have been from the start of the game. She's difficult, but not crazily difficult. Once you start getting sour weapons online, she becomes honestly can be easy, but if you're caught slipping, then she'll take you down, kind of thing. Well, maybe that's where she should be. So in my opinion, I think that yes, she was nerfed, but I do think it is for the better. I think they need to work on the Widowling consumption a little bit better. I think it's a little jagged. But other than that, I think that she does. I think that it's where it should be in the game as right now. We had too long of a run where she was overly difficult, and when you're comparing her to other things, I mean, aside from the infected Brood Mother, she is just about the hardest thing you had to fight. Everything else was pretty tamed and easy, but that's getting corrected, and that's how it should be. She's not a boss. She's not a mini boss. She's just another spider in the yard that's a difficult spider to deal with. Don't get me wrong, when you first approached a wolf spider, they were difficult as well. When you first approached a infected wolf spider, they were difficult as well. Don't get me wrong, they still can be difficult. Maybe not a wolf spider at later stages in the game, but definitely an infected wolf spider can catch you with explosions if you're not looking properly, if you're not blocking well. Well, the Black Widow is now on that kind of the same page, a little more tankier than your average infected wolf spider. So the Black Widow can be easily taken down for the most part, because you still have to be able to block, you still have to do all those wonderful things, with a wonderful sour weapon. Now, if you just recently watched my video on the sour battle axe, that's the one I would recommend. You probably saw me in that video taking down Black Widow spiders. That's because she's weak to sour, and it's probably one of the more substantial changes that you'll see. Now, personally, would I have liked to have seen possibly a smaller adjustment to her, not so substantial like they did, and maybe some beefier adjustments to some of the bosses in the game? Because for me, and I feel like a lot of other people, the only real boss in this game right now is the infected Broodmother. A lot of the other bosses are kind of easy to take down for the most part. They're not really difficult, especially the Broodmother, which she was our original boss. She was there. I mean, I remember back in the days of the flying disc, she was on top of the flying disc. That was it. That's where she was, and she looked pretty much like a wolf spider, I think. If I remember correctly, she was like a wolf spider that was just on, and she was just called the Broodmother, the hedge Broodmother. But now she has a really cool arena. I love the boss battles in this game. I think all the arenas are amazing. They look absolutely awesome. But I do wish that they were a little more, maybe not the Broodmother. I think that she's pretty well balanced for what stage she is in the game. But maybe some of the other ones like the Mantis, even the Mant. I feel like the Mant's pretty easy for the most part. And that's kind of a later stage creature that you interact with. You should have some difficulties with them, but I feel like you just don't. And that's where I feel like a good balance would come in. If you're going to nerf something like the Black Widow, then you need to kind of increase some of your other world bosses so that it still has that challenging aspect. And I know a lot of it is like you don't want to be overly challenging because you're not. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like things like Dark Souls or Elden Rings, and I'm not comparing this game by any means to those games, but I just mean in terms of challenging aspects of games, people don't gravitate towards those games because they don't want to be challenged or overly challenged. So I do get where they're coming from, not wanting to be overly challenging, but I feel like we're nowhere near that. And pretty much any one of these bosses, for the most part, even the infected Broodmother, she can be managed. She's difficult, and I love that she has 3 stages. I think that's absolutely incredible, but she's not that difficult. So was this a good change? Was it a bad change? What do you guys think? Or do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you think that she should go back? Do you think they should reduce some of the other ones? Maybe make her weak to sour, but not neutral to all other damage types? Or give her more heals? Maybe she heals off biting you. I don't know. That might be that might be kind of crazy, difficult. But you know, I mean, she is biting you, so she could be technically siphoning your blood. But then I don't know. Maybe she's not really doing that. She's actually just infecting you with poison. So I don't know. Like they could, I don't know. This may not be a bad thing, but I do think that she is kind of easy now. Don't get me wrong. I feel like you could still be tripped up by her if you're not paying attention, but I still think that she's pretty easy now. And I do agree with the change, but I just kind of wish I want more challenges out there other than just the infected Broodmother, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Tell me if you agree or not. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you're looking for wonderful grounded content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't subscribe just yet. Go watch a couple more videos. If you like me, then hit that subscribe button. Come hang out with me. Hit the notification bell so you get updated anytime I post new videos. And as always, guys, I will gladly catch you in the next one. Peace out.